Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride, where we're channeling the man in the moon. I've got a message of hope today and a couple of channels. I'd like to see what's going to happen next. Along lines of learning to channel, don't hesitate to go to my website and look up work. I've started to upload how I teach channeling, and you can really learn a lot that way. I think that you can learn how to channel on your own. I did. Nobody taught me. You might also go look at my videos and see where I was wrong. I've found that the images are correct, but it's my interpretation that's sometimes off. I hope I am learning over time. But you can watch those videos and really learn how to channel on your own. It's harder to learn these things on your own, but you do make really good progress when you do. I would just emphasize do take protection, which again, you can look at my website. So as far as the message of hope, it came from one of my clients. I find that some of these clients, many of these clients, are actually better at this than me. They're just asking for a little bit of reflection so they know where they're going. And this lady in particular gave me a message from Mary, which is, Dave, you've got to give people hope. This is going to be a difficult time, and it's going to be really hard for them to be hopeful. So let them know it's going to work out. Things are going to be okay. Not everybody's going to be punished in the way that you expect. Some of them will be, some of them will not be. You gotta accept that there is, karma in lifetime, and that they will ultimately face their mistakes. Accept that. If you can accept that, it would be helpful. This doesn't mean we stop in our search for justice, but it's going to be a very frustrating one if we have incredibly high expectations. We will just have to see how it goes. Understand that we are learning. This is going to pass. Even the worst case scenarios that happen in human history, people learn from them, right? So it's not the end of the world. Let's take a look and see what else Mary has to say. She is definitely here. Okay, well, Mary, what can I say to people to encourage their hope? Yeah, she gives me this. Look how much you've learned. So the situation might be terrible and heartbreaking and emotional, but look how much you've learned. And she's specifically talking to me too, like, Dave Johnson, look what you've done in lieu of Donald Trump. But she's also talking to all of us. Look how we're evolving. And you might notice that people evolved to the point where we set aside some differences and we defeated Trump. That is a huge success. It's also a huge success in consciousness as we're moving forward, learning more about ourselves, learning more about spirit. This might have been to some degree necessary for the next evolutionary push. As we say this, we don't want to disregard those who have perished and suffered at this time. We want to send our heart out to those people in love, right? What else? It's really kind of like a mountain that we're climbing. There'll be a point where we get to the top. Why do people climb mountains? Because they like the challenge of it, and because they like the feeling of success when they get to the top, right? This is like a mountain that we're climbing. There will be a feeling of success eventually. Many of us are disappointed that it's not happening right now, but no matter. The work ahead is some serious work, and there will be a time when we can rest. It will not come soon, right? It will be some time off. Take care of yourself in the meantime. Do work on spirit and yourself in the meantime. Make coalitions between people who agree with you in the meantime. It's all about your learning. Anything else? So Mary says that's pretty much it. It's hard not to be impatient right now. It's hard not to want things to be solved or go back to normal. It's really, really hard. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to go back to normal. It's going to be different always. And we have to understand ourselves in relationship to the difference. And even if 99% of the people in our society are not in agreement with us, we still have ourselves, right? We still have the direction. We still have the belief and self-understanding given to us by Spirit. Okay, I'm Well, that's all on that topic. I'm also interested in Lindsey Graham. Like, what the heck is he doing? It just keeps coming to me that, what's going on there? There's more here than we know. Spirit, what can we know? Okay. Before I even ask the question about Lindsey Graham, Lindsey Graham's in an alley. There's a trash can. There's trash in there. He's really sneaky. He throws something in there. He covers it up, and then he goes home. Uh-oh. What if the trash collectors find it? And what if they know? That's sort of what he's thinking. Uh-oh. Maybe I haven't covered my tracks well enough. And it's something self-destructive. And I say this, I always see a needle. To me, that means, drug addiction. But it really means self-destruction, right? So the needle doesn't only mean drug addiction. It means some kind of self-destructive acts. So there's some kind of, that's what he's throwing in the trash. There's some kind of self-destruction. There's also like a Kleenex with a bit of blood. So there's something else. It's like there's a monster in that trash can, and he's afraid that the monster will come out and rise. Like, think of the Cookie Monster or something. It's like this is going to go, hey, if you dropped your needle. It's this kind of thing. Like somebody in the trash is gonna call him out. So can we know more about what he did? Something lascivious. Something to do with, not ethical behavior. Something sordid. I get like a Roman orgy type image. I don't know what that is that he did. But it's something that he did, and it feels like there's others who know about him. He might be being blackmailed. I see him giving money to someone. And that it could be blackmail. It could just be paying for something that he shouldn't be paying for. When Lindsey was young, he was sort of bullied. That's what I see, him being a kid and being bullied. And he's just terrified of being bullied again. So that's why he did it. It's like he's repressing some childhood traumas. And so he goes and does these sort of secret things that are not good for him. Yeah. So, Spirit, are we going to find out? Something happens in January that shocks him. And I don't think it's just Biden. Something shocks him. It might even be January 14th as opposed to 20th. And it's just like, I see his face with like a deer in headlights, like, uh-oh. And he's looking very frantic, making a lot of calls. And other Republicans are becoming disenchanted with him. They're starting to not take his phone calls. Something's going to bring him down. It might come out in December, but in January it'll really come out. All right. So the big question also is Trump. What can we know about Trump? Okay, the usual, we see ships. It's a really large, really wide ship. And it's funny because it doesn't look like a military vessel. It's like a big, wide sailing boat. But it might be a trick. It's like the ship could be like these people in disguise. And they've got a fake boat that covers up the, United States name. The ship goes around. Goes around some direction. It might be even that ship is in some kind of trouble. I get the feeling of a minor confrontation, but it's kind of disastrous. Like it doesn't come out at all the way that it's intended. Okay, anything else on Donald Trump we need to know? Okay, here's Donald Trump with a knife. And he's stabbing like the meat on his table. Like he's stabbing the meat. To me, this just gives the feeling of a very ineffectual person. He's not successful. He's just stabbing the dinner on his table out of frustration. And it's very much red meat. Oh, it's like red meat to his base, too. But that's all he knows how to do. He's eyeing the exits, I tell you. He is thinking about how to get out of this, even if it means escape. He just can't be sure of which country to escape to. That's the biggest problem. But I do get the influence of Middle Easterners, and it feels like Saudi Arabia. Trump's eyeing the door. There's a helicopter. Some plans change, like they try to leave in a different way. And when I say they, I mean him and his family. Melania might say, hell no, I'm not going. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick here and, collect my, and start writing up divorce papers. So is Donald Trump going to make it? Is he going to escape? It's not certain that he's going to do this because he's weighing three options right now, three possibilities of what he could do to get out of it. None of them are good. And one day he likes one better than the other. So where is he going with this? I keep seeing this helicopter. But it's like the helicopter doesn't get off the ground. It keeps like turning and turning, almost like it's stuck. And it's like then he's going to decide, oh, let's get to the plane. And the flight guy says, the pilot says, no, you're not getting on. Yeah, this seems like the most likely scenario. It's not the only scenario, but it does not end with a successful escape. It ends with him getting caught. These images could be symbolic, but I could be, of course, wrong on the symbolism of them. But I think that they are important. One way or another, Trump is stopped from leaving, and this is important. Because if he leaves, he will leave with significant information, and it will be a real blow to our nation. All right? Thanks so much for watching.